Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from Group C of Class D. We're gonna do a role play about inferiority. This is our group. My name is Muhammad David Anugrah as Baron.
I'm Rifda Afifa Askana.
I'm Mela Ramadhani as Elena. I'm Diva Alicia as Zella.
And I'm Rehan Aditya as the narrator. In a world where a lot of people gather to make a society, a human being is not generalized by a group that makes them the same as everyone else. There's always someone that will stick out more than any other person. And that is what everyone is called special. Some young boy named Berat that will look at special one and thought to himself that he can be one of them. He can be someone that was special.
Hey Zella, what you doing?
Nothing, just drawing the scenery.
In his early day in elementary school, Berat met a young girl named Zella that she has hobby of drawing a lot of things, and because all of her drawing that she has done are so good, even comparing it to get professional, she always get the praise by adults, and they always call her a prodigy, meaning she was a special. And meeting with her, Berat thought that maybe he could be like her, that he could be special too, like he was always wanted.
Then, can I draw beside you? I also bought the set.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, just saying, it's my first time drawing, but I think my work will beat yours.
Well, I like to see you try.
And just like that, they will sit right next to each other drawing till hour on end. But every time they did that, every work that they've done, it always be Zilla that get the praise. When the other look at Berat work and get confused, of course they were. It's just a normal child scribble, and standing in between so-called professional work, it can't even be compared.
I think you got better at drawing. That piece looks cool.
Thanks.
Don't worry, you will outdo me in drawing like you always say. I'm sure of it.
Well, I hope so. Haha.
Here, I give one of my painting for you. I think you could use it as a reference.
Thanks, I guess.
Berat took the painting with a bitter smile on his face. He knew deep down that he will never outdone her in love. He was sure of it, so he gave up on it. There's something strange feeling forming in his stomach that left a distasteful feeling in his mouth. But even so, there's still determination left in him, so he continued.
Hey Baron, let's go draw together again.
Sorry, but I got something to do.
Well, no, maybe next time then.
Yeah, sure, next time.
Beran turned his back without looking at Zella's face. This happened way more than once. Countless invitations by Zella is rejected, and with that, they gradually stop talking to each other. But even so, Beran never stopped on his drawing.
Why?
A loud bang can be heard. Along with that, there's a crumpled piece of paper that's been thrown onto a wall, hitting a glass frame that holds the painting that Zella gave him some time ago.
It's still not good enough.
The piece of paper begins to unravel along with the gravitation, and on that there is a scenery that has been drawn. No matter how many times he tried, no matter how he tried, he never gets satisfied with his work. By comparing it to Zella, he will always be inferior to her.
Hey Elena, can I ask you about something?
While in the middle of break between classes, Baron speaks to a young girl named Elaine that were his classmates.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Can you recommend something that I could do? You know, something other than drawing.
That came out of nowhere. I thought you like drawing, maybe?
Well, just to.
At this point, Baron already fed up. The thought of touching a pencil to draw is already making him sick.
Yeah, if you asked me out of nowhere like that, I didn't have the answer.
Is not there something like, I don't know, maybe your hobby?
I didn't have any hobby.
You serious?
Why did you think I was lying?
I mean, really? So if you have free time, what did you do if you didn't have any?
I don't know. Lazing around doing nothing. Sometimes reading comics, watching movies, playing games, so on. I'm just doing something that I feel like doing on that day.
Well, yeah, that's something.
Why don't you try doing that? I mean, you want to try something different than drawing, right? Just do what I always do. Maybe you will find something.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna try that.
And so, with that, Baron tried his friend's advice, lazing around doing nothing all day. At first, he questioned what he was doing. but gradually he started to get used to it. He felt so calm, away from the frustration that he once had. When Baron was already accustomed to this kind of life, he began to forget his motivation. He began to think that maybe there's no point chasing after the one that were special. He arrived on the conclusion that no matter what are normal people's eyes, they will never outdone someone that has a talent.
Well, I can't tell what happened, but this is for you.
Sometimes in his life, Baron received a letter from his former friend that has been gone ever since he gave him that letter. A letter that never once opened. That letter just sat on top of a desk, rotting away with times in a cramped room that somehow never got opened again.
Baron, here dinner. Mom gonna take the dirty dishes. If you have something you want, you can call me, okay?
Along with that, there's a knock on the door, a clacking of silverware with a ceramic plate.
You know, it's been a long time since you come out of your room. Maybe it's time to go to school once more?
Despite her mother's effort, she never been able to persuade Baron that has locked himself in his room. Years have gone by since, and his thought process never once changed. If a normal person such as himself can be compared to someone that has a talent, so why bother trying? That was the conclusion.
So, did you already decide to come to school again? Did you really mean it? Well, I'm gonna call the school. So, can you come out and meet me at the living room after finish eating the dinner?
A footstep can be heard echoing through the hallway. It's already becoming a repetition. Baron's mom already knew that her son is not gonna meet her at the living room. With that, another day has come to a close, and nothing happened. Stumbling and knowing that he bites his own lips. Now he was already at the point of no return. Contemplating that what he has done is meaningless, picturing a what-if scenario only serves his fantasy to pop with his inferior feeling that he always had. And among those regrets that he has, a girl face come to his mind. With the sluggish body that he has, Baron get up from his bed and walk to a certain desk. On there, he picked up a letter that had been long forgotten by him.
Hi, I guess it's been a long time since we talked to each other, huh?
Opening the letter, he can see a nice writing that has always been a signature of his friend, Zella.
I don't know what happened to you suddenly avoiding me, but I hope nothing bad happens.
He read the letter with an empty mind. He didn't expect anything, but at the same time, there was something that was brewing on him, like his feeling got mixed up in a blender, something that can be described.
Honestly, I didn't know why I wrote this letter, but here I was writing it and giving it to you. I guess something weird like this always does happen, right?
In this dimly lit room that only lightened from a computer screen, there is no sound coming from anywhere, a complete silence. But even so, reading this letter, he can somehow feel that a cheerful voice trying to talk to him.
But there is something that I want to say to you. Something that has always been buried deep inside my heart.
All this time, he always thought that whatever he does, he will never be able to surpass Zella. There's no chance a normal person is gonna be the prodigy.
All this time, I've always looked up to you.
But it seems like what he thought was wrong. A normal people can be the prodigy.
I realized that even though I always beat you when it comes to drawing, with everything else, you always win. Whether in sport, down to a communication skill, I lose it all to you, Baron.
Even from a long ago, he should have known the answer, but he got fixated on one thing only, and that was his biggest mistake.
The first time I met you, I got fascinated by you. That cheerfulness really lightens up my days, and before I know it, I fell in love with you.
Slowly, he could feel a coldness running down his cheek, and before he knew it, tears started to fall off.
And for you to suddenly avoiding me, I feel lonely, but I still think that maybe we can go back to what we used to be again, but I guess they're only a wishful thinking.
He can't bear it anymore. He already knew that he was the stupid one. Oh, he was the stupid one, to feel like he was the only one that felt that.
Before I realized it, my drawing started to get stalled. It seems like drawing that once I thought was my hobby is becoming boring, and that because I do it alone. I enjoy drawing when we did it together, when I draw with you.
But it's not the time to regret what's already happened. A single look on his calendar on a computer, he knew what he had to do. And so he began to run, leaving his room, to the outside world once again.
So I have to go to sort this feeling that I have, to give you some time. I'm off study somewhere together with my family. Maybe we can meet for some time, but when I eventually come back, I'm gonna wait for you.
He ran like a lunatic. It's been a long time since he moved that much, but his body feels so light. Across the cityscape that has been basking in the evening sun, he goes to that place.
I'm gonna wait for you until you meet me again. Always on that place. We were thrown together for the first time.
He can see a long fluttering hair that it has been blown away by the wind, and as soon as she noticed someone that been looking at her, she turned away her head and smiled.
Jeez, you make me wait this long, Baron.
A single tear can be visible reflecting a reddish light from the evening sun on her cheek, and with a warm smile that never extinguished from her, she took out a sketchbook and a pen.
Now, we can draw together like we always do, right?
It's a childish stuff. He was the one who got fixated on one thing, making his world turn grey, frustrated that he can never be the one person that always shines the brightest, making him think that he was the inferior. But he already realized it all. The complex that he always has for him is starting to dissipate, and now he can fully remove the monochromatic tone on his world, changing it to fully color one color.
Yeah, let's do it together with the both of you, like we always do, Baron.
Okay, that's enough for us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.